All right, thank you for coming. So I talked to my mom the other day. It's not something rare, but so she went to the doctor and they're like, oh, you might need a hearing aid. I'll tell this story properly. And she's like, oh, my dad had already gotten a hearing aid. Um, so they give her all these tests and everything. And then the doctor said, okay. And I guess he left the examination room. And then the nurse came in with the results, and I think like maybe like to show her the hearing aid or something. And the nurse says, oh, we got the results and you're kind of like right on the spectrum. Like you really don't exactly need the hearing aid right now. You could definitely probably wait. And then she leaves the stuff there and then walks out. And then the doctor walks in and says, okay, we're going to get you that hearing aid. And I'm proud of my mom because she was like, hey, wait a second, which is like the new thing in my head. Hey, wait a second. She's like, he just wants to sell me a damn hearing aid. The nurse just told me that I'm right on that I could go without it. And he's like, all gung ho on just giving me this hearing aid right away. So it's a weird experience to have with a doctor. My mom eventually said to the doctor, well, no, thank you. I'm going to just wait a little bit and then I'll see how my hearing goes. And then if in the future I decide I need a hearing aid, then I'll get it back. But it's funny that the nurse told her that she probably didn't really need it. And then the doctor was just ready to make the sale. Little bit disconcerting, but the positive part of anything or this tonight is we're going to do yoga, and we are going to do the no push-ups variant. You're welcome to do push-ups in between the sequence. I should have stayed up there because we're going to start with breathing. A breathing technique. I think we did it the last time that we did the no push-ups class. It's a real good one. It sometimes seems abstract and hard to explain, so I kind of like lean away from it, but maybe I should lean more into it. But anyways, we're going to start with the right hand deer mudra. So this is like the deer. So pinky and this guy up, and then the thumb up, this index. And so the knuckle here goes to the third eye. The elbow is up. Some people teach it down. My teacher in India said, don't do it down because you're breathing in and out your garbage air that's down there. So we want to have a clear passageway. We're going to close the left nostrils with the two fingers, the thumb still up. We're going to breathe in through the right nose, right nostril rather. I don't have a right nose. And then we're going to close both and then out through the left. And then breathe in through the left. Close both and out through the right. In through the right. Close both, out through the left. In through the left. Close both, out through the right. In through the right. Close both, out to the left. Into the left. Close both, out to the right. In through the right. Close both, out to the left. Into the left. Close both, out to the right. Into the right. Close both, out to the left. Couple more, into the left. Close both, out to the right. Into the right. Close both, out to the left. Let's put the hands down for a second, and I'm going to move back now. So the rest of the class, we're going to breathe just in and out through the nose as we normally do, just breathing in, breathing out. We're going to continue that breathing in and out through the nose as we reach the right hand forward, fingers pointing down, and we grab those fingers, we pull back, and make sure the shoulder's down. I always see my shoulder in the video, it kind of jumps up, but See if you can get a feel of that just from experiencing your body with your mind. So we're going to continue breathing. And you can actively open that thumb out, kind of backing out, and that feels real good on the forearm for me. Good, let's do the other side. Left and hand out, but grab the fingers and pull back a little bit. That left thumb can actively, it's intense, so let's use the breathing. Just a little bit more. Good. Right hand down, pointing fingers away, maybe like a 1 foot out from the hip. Left palm faces the ceiling, and we're going to come up and over. We're going to reach that long, straight line, almost as if we're trying to lift the hip off the ground. We're just going to breathe and reach, and then you can look up along the elbow to the sky or the ceiling. We continue the all-important breathing. Great, and to the other side, left hand down, the right palm faces the ceiling, and then up and over. We want to try to reach that line straight, and as soon as I straighten out my arm, I can feel it right here on my side, and I'm going to try to pull that hip down to kind of feel that a bit more. For me, both arms are straight. We're going to breathe. No one knows what you're feeling more than you. The body has a whole bunch of information for us. Good. Back to center, hands on the knees, straight spine to the crown of the head. Let's draw a circle on the ceiling here, one direction at first. Continuing the breathing in the nose. And then opposite direction, continuing the breathing, but opposite circle on the ceiling. Just a little bit more. Good, and back to center. We're going to do a bit of a shorty on this one. So it's kind of like cat-cow but sitting. So the low set of ribs will lunge a bit forward as we look up. And then as we breathe out, we'll look at the kind of the floor in front of our legs, or even at the feet down here, and arch the back a little bit. This one will move with the breath. You might need to close your eyes. Just a couple more. Good, so let's extend the legs out in front of us. If you want to vinyasa, go ahead, plank, up dog and down dog. Otherwise, we're going to point the toes. Fingers are pointing also towards the toes that are pointing. We're going to lift the hips and look at the ceiling. We're going to hold for a moment, a couple of breaths. And back down. pose really stretches my the tops of my arms and the shoulders real differently. It's nice. We're going to bend the right leg with the right foot against the leg with the knee in the direction of down. Left hand grabs left toes or the left shin. We're going to reach up on the breathing in, on the breathing out. We're folding down. That does include the shoulder. All the way back up, breathing in and over and over with the out breath on the downward fold. Great. And next time you're up, we're going to stay up and we're going to look to the reaching in. Very nice. Let's do the other side of that. So right foot out, left sole in. So right on right again. And then up on the in breath and then all the way down, including the shoulder. And then all the way back up, breathing in and all the way back down. Over and over, please. Again, next time you're up, we're going to stay up, looking to the reaching hand, continuing the breathing though. Good, and we're going to reverse plank. Again, you're welcome to vinyasa. Point the toes, lift the hips, we'll stay for a little bit. Good, and back down. Let's bring the soles of the feet together. We're going to pull them in kind of tight. Left hand grabs the small toes, right hand on top. And you can butterfly the legs, breathing of course, shoulders pulling back and down, core trying to pull in and up. Very nice. Let's forward fold, pushing the elbows into the legs, trying to put the heart on the big toes so we lengthen out a little bit. And we keep the back flat. We'll breathe here. Let's stay longer. We're going to do a third version today, but for now, just stay here breathing. Those elbows can really push those legs out a bit. Unless your legs are already down, then congratulations. Good, back up. So the first way that I learned cobbler, which is very different than those two, in that we take the thumbs, and let's do this one, we're going to bring them down into the arches, and then we're going to turn those arches like we're opening the pages of a book. Feel that on my inner thigh here quite a bit. And then again, we forward fold, trying to put the heart in the book, and the elbows again can push into the legs, and we're going to breathe here. Good, back up. We will extend the legs out in front of us again. Unless you're going to vinyasa, we're going to lift up again, looking at the ceiling. Excellent. Back down. We cross the legs, however is comfortable for you. Hands on the shoulders. We're going to turn to one side, taking a breath in, and then to the other side, breathing out. And then over and over, you could bring the arms out like cactus, or all the way out's a lot, but that leverage can be helpful sometimes. Just got to monitor if it becomes too much. And put the out breath once we've moved around a little bit on the side that seems like it's giving you a little bit of tension. Very nice. Let's put the right hand on the left knee and the left hand either right behind you or all the way around, grabbing your shirt, your pocket, or if you're in full lotus, grab the foot. And if you're in half lotus, you grab the foot on only one side. As we get into this twist, especially if you're coming around to grab the pocket leg or foot, want to try to keep the spine running straight up, sitting up real super tall. Good, and then all the way over to the other side, left hand grabs the right knee, right hand either behind you or all the way around. And again, sitting up super tall. Great, and back to center. One more reverse plank here. Lifting all the way up. And then when we come down, we're going to cross the legs so we can roll forward straight into cat and cow. Knees are about 2 fists apart. We're going to drop the belly, looking up third eye. And as we breathe out, we're going to arch the back. And we're going to just keep on moving with the breath. Good, back to center. We're going to look over the right shoulder and see the tail. Then over, please, to the other side. And back to center. Let's push so we're up on the shins, or I am actually up on the toes. If you're super back bendy, you can have the feet flat. I'm going to put the thumbs in the back, fingers towards the front. We're going to pull the elbows together. We're going to look up. And again, if you feel like it will work for you, you can put the fingertips on the heels. I would tighten the legs a little bit and the hips are lunging a bit forward. And again, you can see if the feet were flat, it'd be a little further for you to reach there. We're going to breathe here, looking at the ceiling. Great. Back down to a little bit more cat-cow with the belly drop down, arching the back, and moving again with the breath. And back to center, we'll look over the right shoulder and see the tail. And then over to the other side. And then take your time. We're going to come up and stand at the top of the mat. We're going to do triangles. So the right foot is going to stay up here at the top of the mat, and the left foot's going to step back about the distance of one of your legs. Left foot 45 degrees. Arms out. We're going to take a breath in. And as we breathe out, we're going to reach out, right hand down, left arm up. We could have palms facing out. You can grab the big toe if it's not too far off. Try to keep the legs straight and the shoulders stacked, one directly over the other. Let's come back up. We are going to pivot. So right toes to 45, left toes will face out the back of the mat. We're going to reach out over the left foot and then left hand down, right arm up, breathing here. Right, up again, we pivot again, left toes 45, right toes out front. And we're going to come into warrior two. So we're going to bend the right leg with the knee over the ankle. Less is okay. Then we're going to drop the shoulders and hold the core. We're going to breathe here, looking at the right hand. And we turn that right hand so the palm faces the ceiling, and we're going to arch back, looking up along the elbow. Breathing here, the left hand is barely touching the back leg. Good. Let's straighten the right leg. We're going to turn those right toes to 45, left toes out. And we're doing warrior two right here for a couple of breaths, if not more. And left palm faces the ceiling. We're arching back. Right hand barely touching the back leg. Breathing, looking up along the elbow. Good. We're going to do horse. Return the toes so they're slightly splayed, opening up through the legs. And you can do traditional holding on the ceiling, or you can push the walls out, trying to keep the shoulders over the hips. We're going to take several breaths right here. Great. Let's stand. Well, we're going to turn the toes to run straight forward, straight up on the in-breath, straight down on the out-breath. Hands right underneath the shoulders, fingertips right underneath the shoulders, head down, maybe palms down, maybe elbows back through the legs. Take your time, let your body lead the way. And let's come back up. We're going to reach to the ends of the fingers And behind the back, we're going to intertwine those fingers, pushing the palms together. We're going to look up, and we're going to forward fold, lifting the arms up off the back. We're going to stay here. And back up. Let's touch the ceiling. And then back down. We grab shins, ankles, or big toes with the peace fingers. No matter what, you got to hold up, pull those elbows away from the ears, let the head reach towards the floor. Keep breathing here. We stay down low, both hands over to the right, left shoulder under and through. And then over to the other side, please. Right shoulder under and through. Great. Let's come on up and we're going to step to the top of the mat, wherever that is for you. We're just going to take a moment here. Just breathing, core in, shoulders back. All right, we're going to do warrior number 3, standing on the left foot. Put the hands wherever you like. I like them at the heart. I'm not sure why, just what I've been preferring. And we're going to lift the right leg up and we'll breathe here. And left hand down, right arm up. Ardha Chandrasana, optional. And switching the hands if you like, just for a moment, and then we stand. And we're going to do that standing on the right. So on the right, wherever your hands went for warrior 3, then we go right into warrior 3, breathing here. And if you like, Ardha Chandrasana, right hand down, left arm up. And switching the hands. All right, let's stand again. Woo, after that, I sure do like doing tree. We're going to do standing on the left. Going to grab the right ankle. Maybe hold it, maybe get the lock. Again, hands in the heart or all the way up, whatever you prefer on that. We're going to take several breaths right here. Great, let that down. And we're going to do the other side. So standing on the right, that left is coming up. Hands in the heart or all the way up. We're going to breathe here. Great, let that down. Back to the left. We are lifting the right, and the right hand's going to grab the right knee. You could stay here. You could extend the leg, grabbing the big toe if you prefer. Otherwise, just breathe, standing tall on one foot. We're going to open that right leg out to the right as you look over the left shoulder. And back to center, show me the bottom of your foot. All right, let that down and step out a little bit. And standing on the right, we're lifting the left. But keep on breathing all the time. You can extend the leg. Really focus on the breath, drawing it in, pushing it out. Good, and we're going to open that leg out to the left as we look over the right shoulder. Back to center. Show me the bottom of your foot. All right, let that down. With the feet about the distance of, say, the hips and toes slightly splayed, we're going to come down into a squat, elbows into the legs, hands in prayer coming together, lengthening up the back. We take a few breaths here. If you want to get Sirsasana or crow in here, you're welcome to. Let's just breathe. Very nice. Hands in prayer straight forward. We're coming all the way up to the ceiling, core in, and then all the way back down, hands in prayer straight forward. And then all the way up again in prayer to the ceiling, and then back down, hands straight forward. All the way up again to the ceiling, back down. One more today. All the way back up and back down. And we're going to come on to hands and knees again. We're going to step the right foot top of the mat. We keep the left knee down for now, and then arms up like a big funnel. And we're going to breathe here. Just taking our time. Good. We twist left elbow outside of right leg, hands in prayer, fingers towards the face. You could stay here. You could roll back on the ball of the foot, lifting the knees, straighten the leg. We're going to take several breaths here in this twist. Good. Let's switch the feet. That foot up at the top, and then arms up again. And we breathe here a little bit. Great. Let's twist right elbow outside and hands in prayer. Here we are again. And again, if you lifted the right knee and came onto the foot, go ahead and do that here, or stay with the knee down. It's your choice. Great. Let's switch again. Right foot back up at the top, left knee down, arms straight up on this one. Again, we breathe here for a little bit. Good, and then let's come down on the inside. And we're gonna hold that right knee against the shoulder or coming down onto the elbows, and the right knee still pulling against the body, but it's probably above the shoulder if you have the elbows down. We breathe here anyways. Great, let's do the other side. Left foot up to the top, and we'll stay here with the arms up for a couple of breaths. And again, down on the inside, left shoulder, left knee pulling against the shoulder, elbows down, if you like. Good. Back to hands and knees. We're going to turn the right hand in to face the left. We're going to feed the left arm through, laying onto the left shoulder. You can push the right hand against the mat. You could bring the arm up and around, grabbing the leg if you like. We breathe here, of course. And back up. We turn the left hand in to face the right. We feed the right arm through and down onto the shoulder. Then we stay here. And if you brought the hand up and around, again, you can do that. Very nice. Back up. And we're going to do our core work. So we're going to roll onto our tails. And we're going to do it with the twist in between, and we will start with the twist. So with the legs bent, we're going to take the left elbow outside the right leg, right shoulder pulls back, hand behind you on the ground, and then over to the other side, right elbow outside, hand behind you on the ground. And then back up, we roll onto the tail. You can keep the legs bent, you could straighten them. We're doing 5. Shoulders back, looking at the feet, breathing in the nose. Good, let's twist again. Left elbow outside of the right. And then to the other side. And then back up for number 2 of 5. Good, heels down, we twist again. Left elbow outside. Right elbow outside. Number 3, up again, please. Good, heels back down to twist. Left elbow outside. And right outside. Back up. And we twist. And the other side. And let's lie back and we're going to hug the knees in for a moment. We're going to grab the shins and pull them down and bring the nose up. You pull them down pretty hard so that the low back starts to lift off the ground. Good. Let's put the feet down flat. We're going to do the thread the needle of the hip opener. So we're going to take the right ankle up and then just down the inside of the left leg. Right arm reaches through, grabbing either the shin or the underside of the leg. You could flex your feet if you like. And we're going to breathe here and just lie back. All right, let's switch it up so that right foot will come down, the left foot is hopping up and over the leg there, and left hand feeds through. Good, and we're going to lie back again. All right, both feet down flat. We're going to do bridge. You're welcome to do Urdhva Dhanurasana. Feet and knees 2 fists apart. We're going to lift the hips, tuck the shoulders, intertwine the fingers, push the arms down. We're going to take several breaths here today. Good, and back down. We hug the knees in again. So we're gonna do our upside down work. You're welcome to go to the wall and put your feet, legs up the wall. Otherwise, I'm gonna do the full inversion that we normally do, starting with plow. So kicking the feet up and over the head, legs in the direction is straight. I'm gonna keep my hands on my back today, but you could intertwine the fingers and push the arms down. We're gonna breathe here. And if your hands are not on the back, place them there now and lift the feet straight up to the ceiling. And we're going to breathe here. And if you like, we're going to do some variations today. So you can let the legs part out, and we'll stay here with the legs parting out. And let's just go ahead and bring the legs back together. We're going to point the toes and lengthen the body up to the ceiling through the toes for a moment. Great. Bend the legs, bring the knees down towards the ears. And with the soles of the feet pointing up to the ceiling, we'll rock around a bit in a dead bug. If you have a belt or a strap you'd like to use, we are going to do that sequence at the end where we use that, so you can think about if something like that is close. And there's a way to, you don't have to either. And some of you are flexible enough to just grab the toes. So just a moment longer here. Good. Hug the knees in again for a second. And then if you got the strap, we'll get our strap. We're going to lay down flat. So left on left. So we're strapping the left foot. We're keeping the shoulder down. We're choking up as much as we can get up on the strap. Now, if you're not using a strap, you can hold the back of the leg. And if the shoulder's down or nearly down, grab the big toe with the peace fingers if the foot comes down close enough that your arm can get that. Otherwise, the strap's super useful on this pose, at least for me. And we're going to breathe here. If I get the strap proper. There we go. And we're going to let that leg fall out to the left as we reach out and look to the right. And we're going to breathe here. And let's come up. We're going to switch hands on the leg, the foot, or the strap, and let that right leg drop all the way over. The hip's going to come up. We're going to reach out and look out to the left. And let's come back up to center. Both hands are going to come up on the back of the leg. So the nose will come to the knee. The shoulders will be up on this one. We're going to hold here, doing our best to keep the right leg trying to lock down towards the earth. Excellent. Let that down.
And we're gonna do the other side. So right on right, with that right foot up, try to keep the right shoulder down, and we're gonna stay here. And let that leg fall out to the right as you reach out and look to the left. And back up, we'll switch hands on the foot and over to the other side as we reach out, look out to the right. And back up to center, both hands up towards the heel, the shoulders will come up, nose towards the knee. Go ahead and lay that back down. Let's bring the knees up into the chest, the arms out like a T. And on the out breath, we're gonna let the knees fall to the right. As you look to the left, right hand can hold those knees down. And let's come back up and over to the other side. And to center, hug the knees in. Thank yourself for coming out. Tell yourself you did a good job. I'm going to roll up to sitting to do meditation. You're welcome to do the meditation laying down. It'll just be about 5 minutes. So I'm going to sit on my rolled up mat. Set the timer here. Good. So legs crossed. Intertwine fingers, thumbs touching, shoulders back, core in, chin slightly to the chest. Becoming aware of the body breathing itself. Be here about 5 minutes. I'm going to adjust the lighting. If you chose to lay down and you want to finish out with us, you don't have to, but you could roll up to a seated position. And once sitting, we're going to bring the hands to the heart center, rubbing them together. Then we're going to bring the arms up like a big funnel. We're going to take a breath in through the nose as much as we can get. We're going to breathe in more through the mouth. And even more. Hold the breath, tighten the core, tighten the legs, lift the floor. And then we let it all out. You're living your dream, don't miss it. Namaste. Thank you so much for coming out this morning. It's not this morning, it's the evening. It's danieloverberger.com. You can find links to my Venmo and PayPal there. And yes, let me stop the recording.